Warning: the Savage Nation contains adult language, adult content, psychological nudity. Listener discretion is advised. And now, America's most exciting radio talk show, The Savage Nation, home of unprotected talk, borders, language, culture. And here he is, Michael Savage.
The road ahead is not going to be easy. It never is, especially for folks like you and me. Because while we've come so far, the truth is that those age-old problems are stubborn, and they haven't fully gone away.
I don't feel no ways tired. I come too far from where I started from. Nobody told me that the road would be easy. I don't believe he brought me this far to leave me.
Blue Monday, how I eat Blue Monday. Got to work like a slave all day. He'll come Tuesday.
Okay, stop it. Censor that song. We have to go back to Fats Domino and take out Work Like a Slave All Day because that's offensive. It's offensive to so many Americans and make them feel insecure. So she's at it again. She did it last year, another graduation speech, attacking Whitey again. Oh, in a subtle way. She's a victim. I mean, the First Lady is a victim. And I think the only cure is maybe another 71 to 72 personal assistants drawn from the military. I think all white males, captain and above in the U.S. Marine Corps, should be immediately mustered out of the military and turned into her personal assistants in order to make up for Michelle Obama's pain. And perhaps a few more trans-world vacations at our expense, with her mother, of course, might make her feel a little better about the racism of America. It's sickening. It's disgusting. It shows she's immature. It shows she was never qualified to be First Lady. It shows you how far she's drug the office of the presidency down to her husband's level. But there's more to it than meets the eye. This is their stock in trade. In addition to attacking police, and oh, by the way, cop killings have doubled as a result of the president, Barack Obama. Let us see who else. Bill de Blasio in New York. Oh, who else? Al Sharpton and everyone in the media and their hate campaigns, which have been launched for 2 years now. Now cops are getting killed on a regular basis. I couldn't sleep last night thinking about the pain of the family in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, of the two cops who stopped the car in an ordinary traffic stop, and because of Barack Obama's hate and because of Eric Holder's hate attack upon police and Al Sharpton's vicious scum mouth, the cops are no longer protecting themselves. They're letting the vermin kill them first. Thank you, Sharpton. And this is all she can talk about. It's about her again. Instead of apologizing for what she's done to America, how she's insulted the office of the First Lady, instead she goes to the Tuskegee Institute, an all-black college, which is interesting unto itself. I don't know of any all-white colleges, do you? But nevertheless, she goes to an all-black college where the kids are generally very smart and very good students. And instead of leaving them alone to go forward in their lives as equals, she tells them they're not really equal and that there's a lot of racism in America. All right, what can I do about it? Talk about it. That's all. All I can do is talk about it. Listen to this. Listen to clip number 2 of your First Lady, Michelle Obama. Listen to this. It's sickening.
I didn't start out as the fully formed First Lady who stands before you today. No, I had my share of bumps along the way.
Oh, you're
suffering.
But
as potentially the first African-American First Lady, I was also the focus of another set of questions and speculations. Conversations sometimes rooted in the fears and misperceptions of others.
No, not fear.
Was I too loud or too angry or too emasculating?
Yes, you are. You're all of those things, and it has nothing to do with fears or misperceptions. Anyone who doesn't see that in you is not seeing reality. Anyway, happy Mother's Day. I had a nice Mother's Day yesterday. I went to the North Beach restaurant, and yes, I paid for my meal. I am not the former mayor or others in the city who seem to think that there's a perennial free check, so I hear, including a talk show host who has been eating for free for the last 30 years in an old dirty Aloha shirt. No, I insist on paying my bills, And Teddy loved it. Teddy had a wonderful Mother's Day. I don't know what he ate. He ate a bowl of water and chicken, right? We always get chicken for Teddy. Broiled chicken, no salt, no pepper. And I usually get it first for the dog, and I'm his food taster. It's actually the best appetizer on the menus, so that's why I order it from. And then I always say it's too hot for the dog. Let me taste it first. Usually I'm starving till they feed me. I eat too much bread. I drink too much alcohol. So it's better that I eat the dog's appetizer first. So here's what we're going to talk about, I think, so far. I'm going to talk about Michelle Obama's racism and how she won't stop and let it go. We are going to give you a Banned in Britain update, because now that the conservatives have won a plurality in England and do not need the liberal Democrats for their coalition, we are hopeful that Mr. Cameron will finally take Michael Savage's name off the Banned in Britain list. Because make no mistake about it, not Rush Limbaugh or one of his girlfriends or boyfriends or minions, but Michael Savage is the only member of the American media who is not allowed to enter Britain because of the blacklist that they created based upon a smear campaign. And I'm still trying to get my name off the list. So I'm working with a major newspaper, which I will not mention until it's set in stone. We're going to send a letter to Mr. Cameron, and I'll tell you more about what we're going to say to him about free speech, because no one in the media knows more about free speech than I. That's also coming later. And today is the first day of the rest of my life, and it's the day that Countdown to Mecca is in bookstores, or they better be there. And you're going to go and be my little soldiers, my armies of the day. I want you to be my armies of the bookstores, ladies especially. I want you to go in and look for Countdown to Mecca. Go to the big chain stores. If the book is not prominently displayed, would you please report to the show, either in this show today, because, hey, it's only 10 after 12 here on the West Coast, 10 after 3 on the East Coast. Oh, by the way, the terrorists haven't attacked. They threatened a catastrophic event that, an hour and a half ago. I guess the world is waiting, shaking in their boots. But apparently the hackers who cut people's heads off, who have their hands tied behind their back, or rape children under the age of 8 as part of their religious beliefs. ISIS threatened an attack today at 2 p.m. Eastern, and since it's now 10 after 3 Eastern, we don't know where the attack may have come. A group of hackers, and I love our intelligence community doesn't know how to stop them. You hear this? That's what they have trillions of dollars for. Meanwhile, the Department of Homeland Security, I understand, spends more money on global warming, the big lie, than they do on radical Islamists ready to strike. You hear this? Who's Jad Johnson anyway? Where did he come from? Where did Obama dig this guy up from? I have no idea who Jad Johnson is. Jad Johnson. A real hero. A great hero of the American way. Anyway, a group of hackers affiliated with ISIS were threatening to carry out a cyber attack today at 2 p.m. Eastern. So far as I know, they haven't done it yet, but we're all sitting here shaking in our boots, being protected by Jad Johnson, I suppose. He may take credit and say that he averted it. Ah, yes, indeed. What else is in the news? What else am I going to talk about? Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do for you today. Over the next few days and weeks, I'm going to read 2 pages a day from Countdown to Mecca. I'm also going to play for you a wonderful interview I did this morning with WorldNet Daily on the Banned in Britain story that I just told you about. I'm going to give you all the breaking news. And wait, if that's not enough for you, we're going to play clip number 4 right now of Michelle Obama, the picked upon First Lady who was just so hurt, just so injured, and just so oppressed from racist America. Listen to 04.
So yeah, I planted a garden and hula hooped on the White House lawn with kids. I did some mom dancing on TV. I celebrated military kids with Kermit the Frog. I asked folks across the country to wear their alma mater's T-shirts for college signing day.
But what does that have to do with why you're the most despised First Lady in American history? Why don't you talk about why you are despised and why you're not trusted? How about your anger and your hatred towards white people, which literally pours out of your mouth every time you open it? Number 2, how about your abuse of power? How about the fact that you have 71 to 72 personal assistants at public expense? How about the fact that everyone knows you're a monster behind the scenes And how about the fact that I can prove it by the fact that you fired your florist? Listen, not all of us are suffering memory loss, Mrs. Obama. In fact, many of us can see exactly who you are. So don't think by telling us about mom dancing on TV, we're going to forget it. And speaking about memory loss, for those of you who are health conscious and frightened of everything you eat and drink, which seems to be America's pastime, America's hobby seems to be frightened of everything. They're afraid of fat. They're afraid of sugar. They're afraid of salt. They're afraid of ISIS. And I don't know which one frightens them more. I think they're more afraid of gluten than they are of ISIS. But nevertheless, also on the Savage Nation today, something no other host can give you, 20 medications that cause memory loss. You're not going to believe which common pill you're taking that will probably, over the long haul, weaken, if not destroy, your synapses and your memory. I'll be right back.
Join the Savage Nation. Call now, 855-400-SAVAGE, 855-400-7282. Savage.
Your Savage Nation is sponsored by SwissAmerica.com. It's the only company I trust for tangible assets, gold and silver. Call 800-BUI-COIN.
They will make assumptions about who they think you are based on their limited notion of the world. And my husband and I know how frustrating that experience can be. We've both felt the sting of those daily slights throughout our entire lives. The folks who crossed the street in fear of their safety. The clerks who kept a close eye on us in all those department stores. The people at formal events who assumed we were the help. And those who have questioned our intelligence, our honesty, even our love of this country.
Well, you sure love the country. How stupid can we be that we gave you Air Force Two to gallivant around the world? Of course you love the country. I'd love it too. Have the mother in the White House at public expense and no one dare say a word. What could be better? Sure, you love the country now because it's catering to you, bowing down to you. Yeah, we question your loyalty to America. We question your husband's policies because that's the American way. And if you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. Isn't that an old American statement? If you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. Well, apparently Michelle Obama can't take the heat. No, anything anyone says to her, any kind of political commentary or criticism, is apparently to her racism. And you notice how her accent changed in front of the Tuskegee audience, sort of like Hillary. She has a lady of many accents. That's pretty interesting. Here she grew up in a black middle-class family, went to Ivy League colleges, and all of a sudden the accent changes to an innuendo-style accent. Whatever. There's a good rock and roll song, whatever. Oh, Jed Johnson warns lone wolf could strike at any moment. As far as I'm concerned, Jed Wolf struck already. He opened up the borders and started talking about global warming. It sounds like a lone wolf struck the DHS. Play clip number 15 to the lone wolf running the Department of Homeland Security. Let's hear this one.
We're very definitely in a new phase in the global terrorist threat.
Where
the so-called lone wolf could strike at any moment.
Yeah,
which is why the FBI, in my judgment, has done an excellent job of interdicting those who are attempting to travel to Syria, who commit overt acts in furtherance of material support to terrorism. It is a new environment, but we are not discouraging Americans from doing the things they do on a daily basis.
What does that mean? What kind of stupidity? Is this country as stupid as I think it is? How could this man get away with bureau speak like this? He didn't say a damn thing. Well, how can he? He's a puppet. Whatever they write for him, he speaks. Okay, 855-407-28. I had a nice Mother's Day. Living well is the best revenge. I took a fall on Saturday. I didn't break anything. That's interesting. You know, when you're a little older guy and you fall, you think you're like it's your last fall. I fell. I hit the cement, and all I did was bruise my palm and my knee, and nothing broke. How is that possible? And I don't take CalMag, and I avoid all dairy. So obviously I have very low calcium stores from food sources and from vitamin sources, and yet my bones are not brittle. It must be the vitamins, the vodka, the 3 V's. Vitamins, vodka, and vitriol keep me going. Doc Savage's 3V vitamin all in one. Vitamins, vodka.